Hello. Hi. 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 How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? This is ASMR or Nox Cloud ASMR, and we're gonna have another yap session. Hopefully, that's cool with you. And yeah, we're just gonna be yapping, talking about bullshit. So if you want to hear that, stay tuned. If you don't, um, click away. All right. So guess who really likes holding the microphone instead of leaning forward and you know, moving around the mic? Um, Me. That's who. I really enjoy that way more than uh yeah than having to do that. I'd rather hold this shit. This is so much easier. I just move the mic around and like, look, I'm on your left ear. Now I'm on your right. Now I'm on your left. It's very easy for me. But anyways, yeah. So um yeah, if you paid attention, if you saw my last video, um, I'm wearing the same exact thing. I literally filmed the last video just now, and I wanted to like, I still have time to kill, um, and to do shit. So I was like, oh, let me just make another video. So here I am making another video. Um, so yeah, I guess. What better way to like talk about bullshit than talking about what's going on in my life? And hopefully these things are either enlightening for you to get motivated enough to sleep, or it's boring enough for you to go to sleep. Not sure how that's gonna work out, but yeah. So um, right now I'm currently in between jobs. I just graduated. I was doing a bachelor's for information systems, and now that's done. Hooray! Um, but alongside that, we gotta look for jobs. Yay! So we'll see what's going on there soon. I took a seasonal job, so that's why like that thing ended recently. So now I'm just like looking for other shit. And I never drove before, so I'm actually trying to study so I can take my, take my permit, get my permit, take the knowledge test, blah blah blah, and then get my license. So kind of working towards that. And I kind of want to get a car. Um, and I was thinking of getting. I don't know if you guys know about cars. I don't really know much about it. I just know that I really like having a SUV, and I'm all for like practicality and all for like, you know, I mean, I like style too. Don't get me wrong, but like for the fucking like 80% of it, I want something that's like, saving me money long term. Because where I live, you kind of need a car. You really do. And I don't know how I've been managing. It's been pretty difficult, but I've been managing without one. Mostly because like the family has them, but sometimes it really does not work. Having to rely on someone else to be fucking driven around and shit. Thankfully, there's buses, but it's very very fucking difficult to get around. Um. So, anyways, I was thinking about getting a Honda CRV. I don't know if you guys know much about what that is, but it's a nice car. Yeah, it's a nice little SUV. Um. So, anyways, that's what I'm thinking about doing. If you have any thoughts, I know a lot of people are gonna say. Well, I know a lot of people are saying, because I've looked into this crazy. They're saying, hey, get get a Mazda CX-5. That's a nice SUV, very stylish for like similar pricing. The people are also saying get um a Toyota RAV4. Get that. And so, these are things that are kind of on the table, kind of not, because I really am like solidifying on this CRV. It does everything I need it to do. I don't really care. It looks good enough for me. And at the end of the day, um, it's saving me big time of money. The only issue that I'm having is like when I fucking get it, having to like, get a good price on it, for what it's worth, and making sure it's all inspected and shit. I'm scared about that, but we'll see how that works. I have like family that can help me, perhaps. So that should be fine. Maybe I shouldn't be too worried, but these are just the thoughts in the back of my head. Yeah. But what else is going on? Besides you having to sleep, you should probably sleep soon. What else? What else can we talk about here? Gaming has really died out for me. I used to be very big into playing a ton of video games. I don't know. I used to play a ton of shit, and now it's just like it really died of me. Maybe it's because part of me is like, oh, it's such a waste of time now. I could be doing other shit. But generally, it's not even that. I sometimes don't even be doing shit. I just go on my phone, and I mean the games are just stale. I don't know if like it's just me. Maybe a lot of people think this, but I think a lot of games are really like shit right now. Like I used to play shooters and open worlds, and I don't know, in those genres at least, like I'm not seeing much movement, much action, much changes and innovation. I guess maybe, or maybe I'm just not as interested anymore. Maybe there are amazing games that are coming out, and I just don't care for it. You know, um, but yeah, we've been slowly like transitioning. I still play. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I still play here and there, but I don't play nearly as much. Like not nearly as much anymore. Um, yeah. Then again, I would get really upset. I was the type of player that like gets fucking dialed in playing like shooters and competitive games. So you would have to like really lock in, and when it doesn't go your way, well, you kind of get upset, and I feel like it's not a good thing. But it's a good thing in a way that like, oh, you're mad because like you know that you could do better. You know that you can, that like you're just passionate about the game, and then what the fuck you're doing and shit. So sorry, I'm a little bit sick right now. So if you hear any of that, so fucking sorry. Let me actually mute myself. Okay. But yeah. Anyways, that's that piece. What else is going on? Yeah, I should probably like have written down these things, some like topics here. But yeah, I mean, um, we mounted up this TV, me and my brother-in-law. Pretty cool, pretty sweet. You know, I bought this TV like a few months ago, and and I was like, I don't watch TV. I don't use TV. I don't really think I should get one. But it's very chill. Now that I have it, I'm just like, all right, I could watch a movie and just lay in my bed and just like it's a different type of experience rather than how I used to do things and just sit on my desk and watch everything on my desk. I would even watch things on my phone on my bed, if anything, right? That's what I would do. I would have my laptop, though I wouldn't really watch too much shit on there, I would say. But yeah, I got this and it's cool. It's cool. And in I'll keep this shit for years to go, unless it breaks. Which in that case, fuck, because that's the whole point. I hope that when I move out and get my own spot, uh, that I will like actually have this TV still. That's the hope. Let's Let's hope to God that's what that happens. Yeah. I wrote down in my notes because I keep notes on like what to improve on when doing videos, and one of the main things is saying fucking It's so annoying to me, but everybody does it. It's like a filler thing, you know. You it's hard to avoid it, but you just get better at it. You just gotta like there's like strategies to this. There's fucking tactics out here that I gotta do. I There it is again. You know, we have to let me actually try to really dial in and not say okay? There might be pauses of silence, but perhaps that's better than saying So we'll do that. We'll really try right now. I don't think I'm actively like on it, so we're gonna try doing that while I talk about bullshit. I honestly hope to God this is a type of video that people would find helpful. I did it again. That I would find helpful for helping them sleep. I'm not really entirely sure, but I've been told many times on the phone, like, "Hey, you're making me fall asleep," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm offended because I'm like, "What the hell? Am I boring you?" They're like, "No, it's just like the tone of your voice is like it makes me fucking like fall asleep." I'm like, "Oh shit." So because of that, I want to like try those, and hopefully that gives out the same effect to many. If it doesn't, and people say like, "Yo, like, what the fuck are you doing?" Then that's fine. We'll just move on. The whole point of doing these things is just throwing out a lot of these videos that might seem chaotic, might seem random. There is some purpose to it, but it could be very minute. But you better from it. You snowball, you improve, and that's the whole point. So I don't really mind throwing out these like weird low quality type videos. I mean, there's standards to be upheld, and I hope like in some aspect I'm upholding. It's but you gotta experiment is the point. And and obviously people do this all the time. I know tons of fucking YouTubers that do this. A lot of ASM artists. Whether it works for me is just something that I need to try too. Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it's gonna work for everyone and blah blah blah. So gotta be open minded about that as well, I think. And if you're thinking, hey, you're yapping right now, you're chatting, well, that's the point. That's the purpose. Hopefully, hopefully, you know, you fall asleep to it. So, hold up. Let me just get a little bit comfortable here. Okay. I put my leg over my other one. Yeah. I need to like watch more anime. I've been kind of slacking on the front. There's a ton of um at least I'm being more aware of saying it. But I would say that my anime game has been pretty short. I I should probably do that with this TV. I haven't really thought about that. I just put that on hold. I've been watching Severance. I don't know if you guys seen it or heard of it. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Such a good fucking watch. It's so good. It starts off pretty fucking slow, but like hopefully it interests you enough in the very beginning episodes, and then it will get faster. There'll be more shit going on, and it'll compound. I had to burp. Sorry. But yeah, it's it is a banger of a show. I suggest that another banger of a show is called Arcane. If you guys haven't seen Arcane, well, watch it. Arcane is amazing. Arcane is life. Literally my favorite show. You should definitely watch it. Yes, I'm gonna get very, very close to the mic right now to tell you this. Watch Arcane. Watch it. Watch it. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, tons of shows to watch, tons of animes to watch. I mean, and you know that Dawn Daron, that was pretty good. Also, if you haven't seen it, it's a good watch. It's funny, action, cool show to watch. Very short. The ending though is a little bit questionable, but it is what it is, right? So yeah. Also, we fuck, we got a Rubik's cube, which I'm in the middle of learning how to solve. So far, I kind of think I have the two layers on lock. The bottom one, the middle one. I think I have that like solid enough to solve. I wouldn't say every case scenario, but enough to be like, yeah, I could get like the majority of it. It's gonna take me some time though. But the top layer, I still need to figure out. That is still a fucking mystery to me. I'm still learning this. I got this yesterday and I fucking honed in on YouTube and I was like, how do you solve this shit? And it's a big memory game. It's just a memory game really. But it looks cool to others. You know, it looked cool to me when people are solving it. I was like, oh shit. Actually at work, I had a coworker like that saw this Rubik's cube, like we saw it, and he's like, and it was like unsolved, right? It's like all fucking randomized and shit. And he's like, oh, it's fucking bothering me. And then we like he walked up to it and he's like, I gotta solve this. I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. Like I'm like, do you have OCD? Are you okay? He's like, yeah. I just need to solve this. Like it bothers me so much. I'm like, that sounds like OCD. He's like, no. It's a very Rubik's cube only type of thing. I was like, okay, all right. And they solved it. And yeah. So, you know, maybe a little few remnants of the reason as to why I got this Rubik's Cube for myself. Could be that. But yeah. So that's that. What else is there? Fuck. Hopefully we're getting better. Hopefully there's less ums throughout the video. I was gonna say like I'll do an count or an count. How many times did Nox? I don't That's another thing I want to talk about. But I'm not gonna do that counts thing. That's a lot of like having to go through my video and editing. I don't I try not to edit it like that. To go through everything and hear everything. Um Usually before I get lost in so many thoughts. Um fuck. Usually you go through the sound waves and like if something's like way too fucking loud and way too like crazy, then you know exactly where to go to edit. But besides that, I'm not here cutting after every sentence and you know fixing and if there's like dead silence, just fucking taking that out and blah blah. Like I don't really do too much of that. I try to keep it very simple, and hopefully it shows that it's still fine because it's ASMR, so it's not really as long as it's not too fucking loud. I think that's what matters. Before I forget the other thought that I had, it was Nox. Nox Cloud. What do you guys think about that name? If anybody has any thoughts, go for it. I put it in because like I didn't see anybody have that name, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Um, that's cool. I will fucking choose that name. Though I don't think I like the name. I don't think I like how it sounds. But I feel like you gotta stick with it. You gotta like it just roll with it. Roll with the punches and just fucking commit to it. But something about it, I just say in my head, Nox, Nox, Nox. It's like maybe that could be something else, you know. But for now, we'll keep it. Maybe in like fucking 6 months, because it's hard, man. If any time that you're gonna change your name, it should be in the very very beginning, right? Because down the line, it's just you already set up this foundation for it and blah blah blah. It might just catch on. It just might catch on. I think I'm overthinking it. I'm a big overthinker, by the way. Really big overthinker. I sometimes it's bad. It's really bad. But but we try. But we try over here. Probably one of the reasons why I listen to ASMR and and it calms me down when you're anxious, when I'm anxious, when I'm overthinking, when there's just so much, I'm just overstimulated, right? It's just it's a good like way to ground me, right? Yeah. Yeah. Did I phrase that right? It ground me? All right. But it does ground me. I yeah. So yeah. And it's cool to do. I did it for funs way back when, and I like it. It's cool. It's cool to do. I That's why I got more into it. The thing is, I took a lot of breaks. If you're somebody that's been here before in this channel, you've probably noticed that like I've taken tons of breaks, but we do come back. We do come back. It just sometimes it's a long break. We're really trying to break that break cycle that we have and just fucking record. Just at least once a week, at the very least, bare minimum. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. You did not want to hear that, trust me. But yeah, that is. What was I talking about? Fuck. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's right. We were talking about breaking the break cycle. Yeah, at least one video a week. I think should be fine. That sounds like a good thing. Ideally, like 3 to 4, right? I feel like it's a good number a week. But dude, I'm fucking sick as fuck for sure. I need to take my vitamin C supplement or something. But yeah, that is the goal of ours. Yeah. Speaking of goals, hopefully you guys have set some yearly goals, cuz I have, and one of which is reading more. I want to read more. You should quantify your goals. So don't just say read more. Say like, oh, I want to read this amount of books by the end of the year. I set mine to be 12, so a book a month, and I think that's a fine start, you know. And hopefully we'll up it. I wanted to go beyond that, like hopefully by June. I have not been doing this actually. It's almost the end of January. It's almost February, and at least right now when I'm recording this, it's the 28th of January, 3 a.m. by the way, Eastern. And fuck. And we have not read anything. Not yet. Okay. Um sorry. But we will. Again, it's 12 books by the end of the year. Doesn't mean it has to be a book a month, right? Right? So, I got some play. But we have this book right here that I want to start reading. I gotta put it in front of me. I gotta make it easy and like noticeable. I gotta make it obvious. That's actually a book I read last year. I think I read like 3 books last year. So we're trying to obviously up that. One of those books was like, how to break a bad habit, how to how to build your habits. What was that book called? I forget. Something about habits. Very cool book. I can find it here right now. Actually, I wrote some notes down. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. I completed that in August of last year. Yeah. Yeah, how to create a good habit and how to break a bad habit. For so just to like simplify, I'm not gonna give you like all the fucking notes here because that's a lot. Cool strategies, by the way. Cool book. If you have problem with your habits or you want to fucking create good ones, who doesn't? I think it's a must read. But the gist is for creating a good habit, there are four things. Um, Four very main general things I will say. That comes from the book. You got to make it obvious, right? You got to make it attractive. That's the second one. You got to make it easy. That's the third. And then make it satisfying, right? Four. So those are the fuck the I gotta break that habit. I gotta break that fucking habit. And then for breaking a bad habit, the four things are literally the opposite of what I just said. So instead of making it obvious, make it invisible. Instead of making it attractive, make it unattractive. Instead of making it easy, make it difficult. And instead of making it satisfying, well, make it unsatisfying, right? So that's how you treat your bad habits and how you create good habits. Breaking bad habits, creating good ones. Yes. It might mean like nothing right now because you need to like have that in practical examples, and that's totally fair. But that's why like these books are really good for what they do. You can get a lot of like pointers online and Google, and you can find a lot of like strats to this shit, but like the substance behind it, the how exactly, the practical use cases and shit, you're not really gonna see unless you could actually see it on there, but it's just more organized when a book is just put out there for you for that sole reason, you know. So would you rather go on multiple articles, picking like snippets of this and on that and there, and then just webbing it together and concoctinating it in your own words, or you already have somebody's voice and tone set it for you on that book? Uh, Not to say that there's anything wrong with getting your information online and going fully based on that within your actions henceforth, but personally I prefer picking up on those on a book. I look up a ton of shit online, don't get me wrong, I definitely do, and I do the snippet shit. I just think it's more effective picking up shit from a book. The more you read, the more you see. So for those that are thinking about reading more and blah 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 more, do it and start with one book. Start with one page. You will find it, depending on the book. Maybe you don't like the book. Maybe you're like, oh wait, this is actually not my thing. Maybe you like pick up a what the fuck am I gonna say? Like a rom-com novel. Is that a thing? Is that a genre? Like a romance novel. Maybe you're interested in that. Maybe you are. Maybe you pick up like a mystery one, and you're like, oh, this is kind of fucking boring. Then maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's just genuinely not for you. But you never know until you start reading it. So yes, I hope this video is not becoming a lot on just reading. We can fucking move on to another thing. But before that, yeah, I'm reading Power. Very small, very, very short book, I think. 48 Laws of Power, to be exact, by Robert Greene. So we will get into this. And yeah, that's that. We are at 30 minutes, and I think we can end there. yeah, you have a lot there. Sorry about that. But hopefully, you knocked out. Hopefully, something benefited from this video. And let me know if you want me to do this again. Let me know. And also, hopefully, you picked up on like who I am. Sometimes people watch, people watch my videos, but they don't know who the fuck I am. I'm just a random person just making sounds on a camera. You don't really get who the fuck is doing these sounds and who are they. So maybe that gave you some more information on who I am. And perhaps maybe you'll leave a subscription. Subscribe, please. Now, if you genuinely like the video, please leave a thumbs up, por favor. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And thank you so much for watching, listening. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye.